what the big deal about Cracker Jack is. Did you ever go and buy a pack of Cracker Jack thinking you're going to get a prize and find no prize in the box?
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Freehand is beating his net at the plate. Crawford is over there watching. Good see, sir. You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on. Oh, I must be in the front row.
Skubal.
Oh, yeah. Got the whole Skubal story. Actually, not a ton to report, even though it's been almost a month. Since we podcasted last, we've had the owners' meetings, and then we've had the winter meetings. And Agent Scott Boras took those opportunities to get up in his soapbox and give us his lame limericks.
Oh, yeah.
That he is wont to do that I don't really understand, but I guess it gets us talking because I wrote them all down and gave them to you so we could read them during our podcast even. So I guess we're falling into his trap, but Skubal, Boras and Skubal, at least Boras's only strategy at this point is Skubal's under contract for this season. So there's nothing to be done unless the Tigers want to trade him. So him going off about his clients is basically talking to one audience, just Scott Harris and Chris Ilitch. Like what, he's not like peddling his wares to 30 teams right now because he's not a free agent. So I think that's where I'm concluding that these ridiculous messages are going right to ownership and GM of Detroit. I guess he's in an effort to get them to extend him, sign a massive contract extension, which now, I mean, the number is fluctuated and it's nobody knows, but I've heard multiple sources say now it's 10 years, $450 million. That's just not something the Tigers are going to do. It's something I wouldn't want the Tigers to do, considering Skubal would be 39 by the end of that contract. We've done this before and paid dearly for the ends of these monster deals with zero production out of that player. I think the Tigers got the best years out of Skubal that we're going to have. And that's why I'd like to run it back this year. Don't trade him unless they can get some crazy Godfather offer. Hold on to him, make a run for the World Series one more year. We got to add more starting pitching. We got to add more offense, but we've got time to do that in this offseason. He's won the Cy Young Award twice. Tigers were the beneficiaries of that. He's turning 29 years old. I don't see him getting better than he is right now. He's only going to decline from here. So I think the Tigers have positioned this perfectly, gotten the most out of him for the best value they could possibly have had. So as long as they quote unquote go for it in 2026 with him anchoring the rotation, and hopefully they sign another starter to a longer term deal to kind of take his place, assuming he will be going elsewhere after 2026. I think Framber Valdez is out there. I think there's a Houston connection potentially between he and AJ Hinch. He's basically
here you go again. Here you go. Are they going to have this? They're going to have lunch together, and then he's going to sign somewhere else.
My sources have not confirmed a lunch as of yet.
He's going to have lunch and sign with the Twins.
In fact, I think it was a brunch, but
yeah, brunch and then sign with the Twins.
We'll see.
That's how this works.
Yeah,
let me refresh your memories, Smith and Steen.
Let a guy dream. But the Tigers have the budget. They have the budget to sign one big starter, which would be great to combine with Jack Flaherty, Skubal, of course. So, the other big name out there's some connection to the Tigers is Alex Bregman. And it sounds like he wants the same deal that the Tigers offered him last offseason that he rejected in favor of a shorter term, but better ABV or better annual value.
ABV.
I've got beer in my brain. But why would he's a year older. He was hurt part of last year. He had decent numbers, but not like otherworldly numbers. Why would the Tigers at this point give I think 32-year-old 7 years and $171 million? They're willing to do it last year, which I thought was a stretch, and he rejected it. So I guess I think Bregman would be a good addition because third base is an issue with the Tigers, and he's supposedly a good leader in the clubhouse as well. I wouldn't mind that. There is the Hinch connection, whatever.
Oh, God. I guess you're getting Kyle Tucker too then.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. If his price tag comes way down, I'd certainly be interested in that as well. But I think we need more help in the infield. I think the way things are built right now. So, but with Skubal, of course, I mentioned the Boras quotes.
Oh yeah,
you got them over there.
Oh yeah, these are great. By the way,
they're too ridiculous not to talk about.
These quotes, I feel dumber. And you're all going to feel dumber by me reading these quotes aloud. So let's get to number one, which quite possibly the first one could be the best one, but the fans in Detroit want the Tigers to build a Tarik barrack.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, that might be a good fantasy team name for me this coming season. The Tarik barrack.
Well, you can't do it till I trade them to you for mediocre players.
That's right, yeah.
The Little Caesars are running around town saying, "Sigh, sigh."
Do you get that? Like I always forget. I mean, Little Caesars is a national brand, but it's definitely a Detroit thing. They're doing the pizza. Or
exactly.
Okay, I wasn't sure if everyone was aware of this.
I got it.
It's so lame that it could easily go over or under people's heads.
These are the best ones though. This is Hanna-Barbera probably has a right to sue him at this point.
So there's a lot of Scooby-Doo ripoffs here.
Yeah. It should be Scooby done, right? Oh my God.
Nobody calls him Scooby. I mean, he's called Scoobs maybe, but I mean, there aren't like a ton of Scooby-Doo references on the broadcast or within the fan base.
Let me do this the correct way. Hold on. First, I'm going to give you my Shaggy.
Oh God.
Yeah. It should be Scooby done, right?
Zoinks! Oh God.
Rory. All right. Anyway,
what's next?
This is what happens.
Yeah,
this is what happens.
We got pulled
when
in.
You do these stupid ass.
It's embarrassing
quotes. All right. This one's actually. He has good intention. He has. This is Boras intentions with this one, but then he tries to be clever. Skubal is metrically dominant, both in advanced and traditional measures. He's truly a SABR-Proof Tiger.
I like the quote that I gave you. I forget where I pulled that from. They spell out saber like it's a real saber, but what they're referencing is the sabermetrics, which is SABR, an acronym. Yes. But whatever.
Yes. And then finally, back to the world of cartoons. If you want to look at the tail of the tiger without scoobs, then you're a mystery machine. Ba-doom-doom!
That is trying really hard.
Please take my wife.
Congratulations, Scott Boras.
Holy fuck.
You got us to talk about you a little bit more. I'm not sure what you've gained out of this.
I think he's actually. I think the Tigers have lowered their offer if they were going to make one.
You have less money and years.
Oh my God, that is really, really bad, man. I mean, whatever. You think he's trying to say something? I feel like he's desperately trying to make himself into being a fun guy at this point, which I think is a little bit desperate. But
I mean, nobody can explain his motivations. It's been perplexing all along. I haven't heard him talk about many. He had a couple other quotes about other players, but they were not nearly as notable. And I don't really. Oh, I think he had stuff about Pete Alonso back in the owners' meetings in November. But I don't know. I'm just ready for the whole Skubal scenario to be settled, so we don't have to hear Scott Boras drone on with his lame limericks anymore.
Exactly.
That officially is all I have for the Tigers. Unless we can keep talking Tigers if you want.
Oh, no, I'm good.
Post-game show is brought to you by Christ, I can't find it. The hell with it.
One guy poured beer all over my head. The guy said, "How can you take that?" I said, "Look, that man didn't do nothing. He poured some beer on my head. He's just showing he's a White Sox fan. There ain't nothing wrong with that."
Sparky, a million thanks for, as always, the most interesting interview. And now today, let's just have a lot of thrilling baseball and not so many fisticuffs.